Hello to the hockey fam. It is Monday, June the 15th. Second week here solo. And last night we got to see the Stanley Cup raised. Congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes. It's fun every year to watch that. It's exciting. I've been, out of the game, retired for 7, 8 seasons now. So there's not like a ton of guys left in the league that I played with. But that Carolina team still has, looking at the celebration last night, a handful of guys that I played with. So it's just fun to see, buddies raise the cup and real cool storylines all the way through. So congrats to them. Toronto in the AHL up to nothing. We'll see how that series goes. Going back to markets, this morning we saw markets up. Major headlines: the U.S.-Iran peace deal. We've talked about this previously. Really, the outcome of that has been largely priced into markets, for quite a while. We kind of knew it was coming at some point. It was just the timing of it. The main driver of what we saw this morning is the oil market, which obviously a result of the U.S.-Iran peace deal. Just security in that we've seen, the short-term market, just too much volatility in oil pushing everything else. So with that kind of being announced, we saw oil this morning drop down, $80 a barrel. And that helps everything else out. But really, main story that if Johan was here, he would talk for a long, long time about is SpaceX IPO that we saw on Friday. I did talk to Johan about it for quite a while. I've listened to him talk about it. I'm going to try to boil his long, long talk on it into a couple minutes. Just SpaceX, the huge IPO on Friday. They raised $80 billion, something like that. Valuation of the company like $2 trillion immediately, which is just crazy. Important to kind of realize though that, well, I'll give you some stats. They're basically trading at 100 times their sales, their revenue. In comparison, Nvidia is at 25 times sales, which is super stretched already. Typical S&P 500 company is like 3 to 4 times revenue or sales. It's obviously a super interesting company. Long term, who knows what that stock will do, but it's going to be very fun to watch. Anyways, it's fascinating. We've never seen anything kind of like it in the market. Just that big right out of the gates. History of IPOs would tell you people overpay for them typically. Out of the gates, like, well, obviously long term, who knows that the upside of SpaceX, who knows, it could be a great deal, but just out of the gates, super expensive. Interesting piece of it, the S&P 500 is not doing this. They're not changing the rules, but a bunch of the other indexes are, like the NASDAQ, they changed their rules for IPOs just to include SpaceX. So they're going to end up owning it 5 days into trading. So basically like this Friday. So there's going to be a bunch of forced buyers in the index market. There's going to be short sellers. It's just going to be a lot going on with it. If you want to hear more, if you are interested and have questions about it, just reach out to us, because Yogi would, again, he would give you a lot more detail. I don't think that you want to watch a 15-minute video of me talking about it. So again, congratulations to the Hurricanes. Fun to watch last night. Great series. Another great year of hockey, always exciting. Now we're like 2 weeks from the draft. We're already into trade talks. It's just a lot of fun with everything going on in hockey. So, I hope everybody had an awesome weekend. You got questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. I hope you have a great week.